for the podcast.
Stop what you're saying right there. Let me set up my full equipment. Don't you say another beautiful, brilliant word.
Wait, this is good content.
Okay, first of all, we didn't even introduce you or myself.
Do we need any introductions?
Yes. Because people don't know who we are. But
you'll know very soon.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the Lila podcast. I'm your host, Alexa, and this is one of my best friends in the whole wide world.
That was such an annoying sound.
I'm so excited to have you on this podcast. This is my amazing, lovely, wonderful friend, Clara, and I'm so excited that other people get to know her.
Aw, that's so kind. I'm just so happy that you have this awesome, platform and podcast. And I was reading, listeners, this girl knows her stuff.
I feel like I don't. That's the thing, is I feel like I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Well, you're playing it off really nicely because let me tell you, I'd be like, a podcast? Pff, give me a microphone and a VPN. No, not a VPN.
I mean, you could use a VPN.
No, but what's that thing that you have to... An RSS feed.
Yeah.
I know that
The
much.
VPN isn't super important because I'm not on the internet right now. But, I mean, that is a technical term that you know. I have one of those too.
Point me. You can have your own VPN. We don't need to get into this.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to sit here and tell you stuff like I know what I'm talking about. I don't really. I just know based on my frustration level when I was trying to use things when I was abroad.
You're like, okay, this doesn't seem to be working.
But basically, this is a tangent that is not the topic of our show today.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I want to get off of it because I don't actually feel confident in what I'm talking about.
No, it's just going to make me sound dumb anyways.
Me too.
So.
Perfect. And we can't do that because we're smart.
Yeah, back to
being geniuses.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't even tell our story yet.
What's our story?
Our story is that in high school we emailed the local morning show and we were like, we would be so good to have on your... Because what would they do? Star of the week or something? They would bring a random civilian.
Star of the week.
What was it called?
That's what you do in kindergarten.
But what was it called? It
was like a random co-host bit.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know how they found these randoms, but we thought that we could be that. But we were only 16. So first of all,
what would we have talked about?
We knew we were funny and we had a calling. Okay, I don't want to say funny. That's you can't say that about yourself. I can say that about my best friend. I know you're funny.
No, I
laugh when I'm with you.
I think you can say it about yourself that you're funny.
Can we just say goodbye to what is this humbleness superiority?
We've never known that. I'm not gonna pretend.
I think that there's value in remembering your roots, being humble, not putting yourself above others, right? But there's also value in believing good things about yourself. We don't have to sit here and be like, oh no, but I'm not pretty, thank you. It's that was a compliment. You can take it.
You can say thank you.
And also, if somebody's like, oh, this looks great, yeah, I worked really hard on it. Thank you. Or who was it that accepted an award that was oh wait, it was in Barbie. It was in the Barbie movie. When she was one of them got an award and she was like, I deserve this.
But that's so against the grain of culture.
Exactly.
And that's why she said that, is because we're not supposed to be proud of the things that we do. But I'm telling you that it's okay to be proud of the things that you do, like setting up this podcast equipment, even though you're gay.
That's okay. My camera's dead. That is a big L.
No, it's okay.
Because I set this whole thing up.
I'm wearing clothes because I haven't washed my laundry in 2 weeks. Can I tell you a funny story about why I haven't been able to do laundry?
Yes.
Okay. So in my line of work, I collect a lot of things in my pocket because it requires me to clean up often. I'm not a house cleaner, but it feels like it sometimes. So I put a crayon in my pocket, a red crayon. And I discovered that I picked up this red crayon and put it in my pocket after it had gone through the washer and the dryer. Do you want to know what happens to a crayon when it goes through the dryer?
Does it become a new crayon in a different shape?
If the different shape is smeared all over the drum of the dryer in your clothes.
No.
Yes.
Clara, You don't have. You have a public dryer.
No. It wasn't.
Share it. You share the whole apartment building.
It wasn't that dryer. That would have been so much more funny. No.
Was it your mom's? That's worse.
No, it was at my boyfriend's house.
Wait, so what did he do? Is his dryer wrecked?
Well, I tried a few things. No, I tried a few things. So
the pause is enough.
not quite. So I saw this and I gasped. And then I actually wasn't quite sure what had gone through the dryer to make it red. Mm-hmm. It could have been a starburst for all I know. Mm-hmm. You know. But then when I was like taking the laundry out of the dryer, I found the crayon wrapper and I was like, yes.
You found,
I found
the smoking gun.
Fuck. Yes. So, I was like, oh, I know what'll get anything out. A magic eraser.
Shut up.
And it actually worked. Kind of. So I was scrubbing. And then he finally got fed up with not being able to use his dryer. So he was like, I'm just going to throw like some socks in there. Like nothing really that is like all that valuable.
Like towels or something.
Wet, red or something. And they came out fine. So it's like half clean. It just took me like 45 minutes to even just get half of the dryer like.
So there's still crayon in there?
Yeah, just
and he's just using it.
It's like little crayon skid marks.
Stop, and he's just using it like rag.
Yeah, but it works. There's no crayon that like the heat of a dryer like locks in any stain. So those clothes they're goners. It wasn't anything like really that nice. And actually, luckily, a lot of my clothes were flipped inside out. So it's just the inside that's red.
Okay,
so I actually wore a sweater yesterday that had red all over the inside. But that was a secret I was never going to tell. You can't see it on the outside, so.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny.
Yeah.
At least you can't see it from the outside, though.
Yeah, he was like, well, this is the last time you do that. And I'm like, yeah, well, we hope. It would be better if it was like a white crayon. Like, of course it had to be red.
The worst of all the colors. To have something leak in your laundry.
Yes,
and I bet it was white clothes, huh?
Light colored clothes, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Couldn't have been like a red shirt.
Couldn't have been the towels.
Right.
That would have been
so much better.
Yeah.
I could live with that. I don't even know how we got here.
I'm so excited for this episode because this is an episode idea that we've had since, well, I can't remember if it's 1 year or two. I can't remember if it's before I went to Hawaii or before I went to Asia. But when we wanted to start a podcast together.
Oh, yeah.
But it just wasn't going to work out at the time because of a number of different things. But
one of them being that you were going to be halfway across the world for like a number of months at a time.
Right. But we knew we were meant for this.
I was born for this. Something about us is that we are going to go on a tangent and going to forget where it started.
Yeah, and we'll say, anyway, back to the beginning, but we forgot what the beginning was.
Was there ever a beginning?
Yeah, it was. It was the origin of this. Yep. Because that's why this is so special to me to have you on my podcast, and I hope that you're on a lot more, but because this was something that originally, like, we wanted to be able to do together, and while the frame of the podcast and, like, what we're going to talk about is a bit different than what this is, like, this is a bit more expansive, I guess, and it's not the same, like, it's different hosts all the time, but we still get to have that and still get to do that, even though, you know, I just think this will work out for a format better, but I'm so excited that we still get to do all those things, and like that time that we spent when we got super excited about it and we like made a Google Docs and a list and all these ideas for podcast episodes, like we can still do that. It's just not under the name that we wanted, which was a good name.
What was it?
I'm hesitant to say it because I don't want someone else to take it. It was going to be really good. Okay, should I bleep it out? Sorry.
Bleep it out.
Bleep it out, bleep it out. Okay. So unnecessary. But anyway, so we did not even freaking say the reason that we're talking about any of this, but we wanted to come up with ideas for ways that you can hang out with your friends or see your friends and everything that are like kind of creative ways to spice it up. Yeah. You know, there's the typical things like you can go out for a drink, or you could go do an activity, go to like a museum or a concert or something like that.
A museum is such a great idea. Not saying that any of those ideas aren't fun. They're just, more traditional. If you were to look up a BuzzFeed article, they would say,
exactly.
like, go to a bar. But we're here to give you some more creative ways and approaches to hang out with your friends and, like, different spins on the reg activity.
The thing is that, and I think this is, I feel like everyone can kind of get on our level with this here, because I have a problem with wanting to see my friends and do things with my friends, but feeling like, okay, what are we gonna do? And like, yes, we can go get lunch, we can go get a coffee, we can go for a walk, which I don't know why we never even considered doing that before the pandemic, but it kind of became a big thing then.
That's very true. Maybe
like in high school we never did that, but why not?
But maybe that was like something that like older people did.
Maybe people, old people have always done that.
Yeah, I think
and now we're
my
just
mom,
old.
my mom, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. But my mom and her friends, they always go on walks. And my grandma and her friends, they go on walks.
Okay.
So I think
maybe
we were
it's
just
not
too
something
young.
we discovered.
Yeah.
Well, we could have been doing that in high school and we didn't.
I know.
But anyway. So.
I don't know. That might have been kind of losery. Sorry, if you're listening to this and you're in high school, I'm so sorry. But I feel like it feels a little losery.
But, okay, well, don't say that, because what if there's high schoolers listening to this? I want them to go on walks, because I felt like when we were in high school, we would want to, like, hang out, but it was like, what do we do besides, well, because especially in our hometown, like, where we went to school, it's such a, like, consumerist town that all there is to do is shop and eat, and when you're in high school, you don't really got it like that, and so it's like, yeah, we could go out to eat, or, like, go do this or that, but it's like, you want to do something.
And also,
but you also feel too cool for things, which now I don't.
I'm not too cool. I will.
No one's too cool for anything or anybody.
You are never too cool for any. And anybody that makes fun of you for liking something, Taylor Swift said this first. But anybody that makes fun of you for liking something, I'm not about that.
No.
Like what you like. Who cares if it's...
how you just said that going for walks is kind of losery.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, but...
Thank you for calling me out on that. No, I needed to be humbled for a minute there.
I don't think it would seem that way back then. But, like, I remember it was embarrassing to ride a bike. Because that meant that you didn't have a car. Which, that is so bad.
Oh, that's so elitist.
That, like, you couldn't drive.
That's so classist.
But for some reason it was embarrassing. But it's like, maybe you should just get more... Now, all of a sudden, it's eco-friendly.
Well, it's always been eco-friendly. But now we think about it in that way. Where we grew up... There weren't a lot of things to do.
Or, like, it felt like there wasn't. But I think we could have tapped into things more, but we didn't. And also, being an adult, like, for sure, I mean, let's face it, being 21 plus opens up a lot of doors for you. Even if you don't want to drink. I'm not saying that it has to be a drinking activity, but there's venues or just things that are 21 plus activities. Or even, like, going to a bar, you don't have to drink, but the liveliness of it, like, if you want to go play pool... I don't know where you were going to do that before you were old enough to drink.
And there's also music venues that you have to be 21 plus for.
So true.
So, like, seeing live music was just, like, kind of not an option for those 21 plus venues.
Yeah.
And also, having disposable income helps.
Oh, I feel like my income was more disposable back then. I wish I would have known, and I would have spent it. I wish I spent more money in high school. Actually, I do also wish I had a retirement account in high school, but that's a whole other thing.
Maybe I should have bought a house when I was 8 years old.
Yeah,
before the housing market crashed. Actually, let's face it.
Actually, that was when it... Okay, let's not do math. No. So, we have different categories, kind of. We haven't shared these with each other, so I'm super excited to see what you came up with and what we have that...
We probably have a lot in common because we have the same brain.
Yes, I think so, which is good because my list is long. But I couldn't cut anything out because I was just full of good ideas.
You're full of great ideas. I don't want you to cut any of them out.
And you are too.
And
so
this is good for us too because now we have a list of things.
Yeah.
This was a good exercise.
Yeah, we needed this because it was like, I want to see my bestie, but what are we going to do? Well, now we can podcast.
I literally wrote that on my list. I said podcast, LOL.
LOL. Okay, so my first one, I'm just going to rattle some of these things off because they kind of all go together.
Okay.
But my first one is taking it back to the old days. So, like, things that you did when you were a kid, kind of.
John May, bring it on!
First thing, what we're doing right now, a good old-fashioned sleepover. I'm talking, like, Okay, we were gonna get matching pajamas, but we didn't because there weren't any cute ones at the store.
No.
But you could do that. Why not? That's fun. Like you could build a fort for it, or
Oh, yeah.
because I love that. Or like,
Romanticize it.
you make or order a pizza. You get some drinks. Ooh, we forgot to get drinks. We should have drinks after this.
Yeah.
We could get them now. I don't want to take us off topic.
Yeah, I don't know. That'll
Okay.
take us way tangent.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the old days. So things like that. So I'm thinking things you did when you were a kid, like bowling, mini golf, laser tag, going to an arcade, rock climbing.
Stop. I had rock climbing on there too.
And I know you don't like these, but trampoline park.
Oh, yeah. We just talked about this a couple hours
I
ago.
want to jump into a big foam pit. And you don't have to stay the whole 2 hours, you know.
But you have to pay for the whole 2 hours.
But is it expensive?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just things that like I would never think, oh, hey, want to do something Friday night? Yeah.
Let's go to
the
Sky Zone.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of
let's go to
thinking
Sky
that why
Zone.
not? We should mix it up like that, you know?
Can I say, like, an adjacent idea to a trampoline park?
Yeah.
There are also, like, adult, like, gymnastic nights at some places, too. Where you
Yeah.
could just, like, jump into the foam pit, I'm sure.
That could be fun. But I
Like,
would
'cause
do the
let's-
same thing at an adult gymnastics night as I would do at a trampoline park is I would just like jump around on the trampolines and then jump into a foam pit.
Yeah. Well, this is, I don't know, if anybody has kids, highly encourage them to, like, go to one of those, like, bouncy house places. Do you remember those, like,
I don't think
they would have them at, like, the school carnival? Like,
just
jump or
yeah,
something?
there's places that are I would have birthday parties at those places.
Yes, they're so fun. Like, I would still do that. Like, those obstacle courses where you, like, climb up that stuff and then, like, slide down. Again, you're never too old for stuff. Like,
Yeah. Think about the things that you did that were fun when you were a kid and think about how it could be fun now.
yeah, and, like, get over that, like, goofy embarrassment. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be embarrassing. Things are fun.
Yeah. I thought that a fun thing to do would be like going to a class with someone. So like you guys could try out Pilates or like
gosh,
aerial
yes.
yoga or one of those bungee jump dance classes or pole dancing class. I want to go to a pole dancing class. I think that would be
Give
so
me my
fun
brain
and so
back.
hard.
You stole
Did you
that
have
out
the
of my
same
brain.
ideas?
Yes. But no, on a serious note, there's like Class Pass. I'm sure there's other things too, but you can just like buy a bunch of credits and then that way you can do like drop-in classes to boutique fitness
Yeah.
places. And when I was in college, I was actually in this club where the whole thing was like once a week, we would go to a fitness class like with each other.
That is so fun.
It was so fun.
And you can try out different ones.
Yeah.
And like,
it was like a low risk as well.
Because another hard thing about seeing friends as an adult is that you're trying to keep your routine. And so, like, let's say you do want to live a physically active lifestyle and you want to, like, go to the gym, but you also work and then you also need to cook. It's like, how am I supposed to see people during the week? So that's another way that you can kind of touch base with your friends. That's not just going and sitting and catching up, but let's see each other. Let's go do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll talk for a bit before or after. And also, if you don't want to do something physical, that's not for everybody, but you can do things like through community ed or like the community
Yes.
center or even the library.
I was just going to say that.
There
The
are
library.
things like painting classes, pottery classes.
like jewelry, beads,
yeah.
bracelets.
Yes,
stuff.
actually, you know what? That reminds me. I went to a bead shop when I was in Hawaii, and I
Oh.
sat there and picked out my charms and made myself a little charm anklet. That's
So
just such a
cute.
random thing that you don't think to do, but is so fun. You could go do that with your friend.
Take it a step further. You could do a pottery class, make clay beads, and then make a bracelet out of clay beads.
Oh, you're on X Games mode.
I
That
know.
is
Isn't that
triple
cool?
D dipple thinking.
Isn't that cool?
I love that. We should do that.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I want to do all of these
Saw it
things.
on TikTok.
With as long as we're on the topic of classes, there's online classes. Like I remember you said in college you took a cooking class online.
Oh, no. That was, well, I took like a drop-in class.
Yeah, exactly. But
Actually-
you could do that, like
Yeah, yeah,
drop-in
yeah.
classes like that. I think there's things online. It's like master class or something like that that you
Oh,
can
yeah, yeah,
pay to
yeah.
just do one or something, and you could learn how to do that. Or you could make kind of a tradition out of it and be like, okay, we're going to get together every Wednesday and learn a new dish or something. You could also learn like I was talking to my aunt yesterday, and she joined, she's retired, so I think she's kind of looking for more things to do. But she invited me to a show that her ukulele group is doing. She joined a ukulele group.
Oh my gosh.
I want to join one.
Wait, that's so cute. Mm-hmm. So not only could you join a ukulele group as an activity to do, you could also just go to a ukulele show with your friend. So like, boom, there you go. 2 ideas in one. Mm-hmm. That's actually really cute. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of like different groups too for different
you just have to seek them out. And the thing is, if you, like, there's sports, there's all these different things that it's intimidating, but at the same time, like, there's people that are beginners in a lot of different things, and kind of thinking about, doing what you did when you were a child. Like, I was a competition dancer, and I miss ballet and tap and all that. There are classes that you can go do, like, drop and take a class. People are all different levels. So it's, like, maybe reconnecting with some of those things. You used to play a sport. You could join an amateur sports league for adults. It's hard because sometimes they're, like, people that used to be really good at it, and now they just want to keep playing. But I'm sure there's levels where it's, like, people are just there to have fun.
Yeah, like when I played intramural basketball in college. Keep in mind, I'm about 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. But no, you're so right. And then also, I think going with a friend eliminates some of that like anxiety and fear. Like, oh, at least we have each other. Yeah. Even if we look like fools. Yeah. You don't want to take me to a dance class.
like these things I feel like were widely available when we were in college, but then after college, it feels like, oh, how do I get that? It is out there. You just have to seek it out. Mm-hmm. It's harder to find than it was in college, but that's another way to make new friends too.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. So I have some funny ones.
Okay, let's hear them.
So I categorized mine a little differently. I have activities that are free, activities that cost like a little bit of money, and then activities that are a bit more expensive. So I'm going to start with the free ones. Okay. So one thing that I did in college with my college roommates, this one is so funny. So the idea is making Spotify playlists or Apple Music, whichever you use, and then sharing them, but having different categories of them. Okay. So we did like a competition. We did a playlist of songs that you would rather like exit this earth rather than listening to them. So we made like all three of us like went into our spaces, and then we made these playlists, and we had like a time limit, and then we came back together and we didn't play the songs because, oh my God, my ears would bleed.
Because you'd rather die than listening to them again.
Yes. But we shared them, and it was so funny. And it was such a blast. And now if you have this playlist, like, you have a way to destroy me by playing any one of these songs.
That is such a fun idea.
But you don't just have to do songs that you hate. You could do like a playlist of songs where you're like really digging into like your country roots.
Yeah, or like that's something the best songs of all time.
Yeah,
top 10 songs of all time, and then you hear what other people think their top ones are.
Yeah, and you can have like a limit to them too, and you can like compare them. Or if you share like a favorite artist, you could do like the best and worst of whatever artist that you like. Yeah, Taylor Swift. There's no worst. So that was kind of a funny one too. And then you can like go back and listen to the songs. And then if you're on like a road trip, or you always have a playlist to play when you're with like a certain group or a certain friend. Mm-hmm. So that one was really fun. I don't know if this is cool or weird, but going to a coffee shop and reading. So I know that's like not a lot of talking. It's like an introverted, like I'm doing my own thing. You're doing your own. Mm-hmm. But like we're in a book club together. So like, well, one of us is in the book club and the other just goes. The other.
I believe you asked me if I read the book, and I said, maybe. What is it?
But, like, say you're reading the same book for book club. Mm-hmm. You could go and, like, say you need to carve out a chunk of time together. Yeah. Kind of like what you're talking about with the whole, like, workout routine. Mm-hmm. You know, part of your day or weekly routine is, like, maybe on Sundays you, like, set aside a couple hours to read. and you still want to prioritize that, go to a different coffee shop.
Yeah.
Read for a couple hours with a friend, maybe.
I actually could see that too, because like if you are reading the same book, if you wanted to be like,
yeah,
dude,
and like share
if you wanted
that.
to share, if you knew that there was going to be a twist at the end, and you both were like, okay, let's save the last few chapters and read them together so that we can be like, dude,
yeah,
that's actually such a good idea. Plus, I mean, we have to think about here too, not everybody is super talkative, or like that's not the way that they really connect with their friends. So, and I even think back to a time when I was like really, really depressed. I didn't have the energy to like spit that many words out of my mouth, but being around people, like you would just be like, okay, let's go do this. And there wasn't pressure to be fun or anything like that. So I also think about not necessarily like your friend doesn't have to be going through something for you to do this, but if you're both like exhausted, but you still want to do something, like I do like that idea.
Like you're parallel hanging out.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I know we keep talking about college, but like in college when you would go study with somebody.
Yeah.
Like
it's the same. Yeah.
You are just doing your own thing, but you're just like going together or sitting next to them. So kind of similar or like on the same wavelength.
I like that.
And then you can also like check out a new coffee shop as well. Or maybe like a bookstore or something different. Another free thing, if this is kind of your thing, is making a bucket list. So I'm big into lists. And if, like, you know, Alexa, you've gone to a lot of places and you have, like, a lot of experience to share with different locations that you've been to or different things that you've done. So I feel like sometimes when you're thinking of, like, oh, I want to travel or I want to do this, it's, like, kind of intimidating and you don't really know where to start. But, like, having a list to fall back on of places that you want to go or specific things that you want to do at that time, like, could be a fun idea to make with a friend and then you can like share your experiences together.
Yeah, I love a bucket list.
Me too.
Like a bucket list helped pull me out of my second depression.
But I see the value in it.
Yeah, because it's like you're not living for the bucket list, but it gives you things to be like, okay, there's something greater than just like my everyday life, I guess. And not that that's not something great, but I love that idea, especially when you think about, like, you could make that together. And then when you think about, oh, I want to do something with my friend, but I don't know what. Like, if somebody wrote down all these ideas we have and they were like, oh, we want to do that together, then you can write a list so that when you're like, oh, when are you free? Oh, we're both free Saturday morning. What should we do? Then they can refer to that list rather than, like, trying to pull something out of their ass.
Exactly. And a bucket list doesn't have to be like a for life sort of list. It can just be like this is like our list of things that we want to do together. Like my boyfriend,
in the summer or in the winter.
Yeah, my boyfriend and I did this like big list of all these things that we want to do together, like big and small. And we've been like slowly checking it off. So it's like whenever we're like, oh, Saturday, we both like are free. We want to do something. Let's check out our list. And
I think that's really good for a relationship, like a romantic relationship too, because it keeps things from getting too comfortable, I guess. Like you are making a point to still go on dates.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a really, really good idea.
And then, I mean, I like the feature of like Google Docs or like notes on your phone, because then you can share it and then add it. And then you can like both contribute to it or like check stuff off. So if you think of something, you can just add it to the list.
I like that.
Another free sort of thing that this was an idea that was born out of COVID. So when we were like in the very beginning of like lockdown COVID, my mom and my brother and we were all like very invested in the Great British Baking Show. So
I've heard amazing things.
You've never watched?
Surprisingly, no. And that seems right up my alley.
Oh, it's so good. And it's so relaxing too. And it's just like a wholesome show. So
I watch other wholesome shows like Love Island.
My personal favorite, Love Island. But like doing your own version of like the Great British Baking Show. So the premise is you have like one dish that that like 2 or 3 people are trying to compete to make the best of. So this would require more than just 2 people. So probably 2 and then like a judge. But it would be like, oh, Alexa and I are both going to make brownies, but we're going to use like either the same or different recipes. And then, like, another person would be the judge and, like, sample whoever's is better.
Dude, get out of my freaking brain.
Did you have that?
Not exactly, but I have some. So this is under my category, making a big thing out of a simple thing. So I'll start with this one. But it's like making an event out of kind of a small thing. So, for example, I had remembered that this group of friends when we were in high school, they had this debate and they were like, which is better, waffles or pancakes? And so then they got together and they like, these people were team waffle, these people were team pancakes, and they tried to make like the best stack of pancakes, the best waffles.
To change each other's mind?
To change each other's mind.
Wait, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could do that with anything. Like, people love debating those small things, you know? Like, it's the same, like, people are like, Spotify or Apple Music, you know? That's not really something you could make an event out of. Or it could be like, okay, these people love white wine, these people love red wine. Go and try and find like some that are really good and like.
Ooh, that would make you want to change your mind.
Yeah. Or, okay, this kind of goes with another thing, but you could make your own bar crawl, but you could also make your own wine tasting. So you guys could go to the store and be like, okay, I know I like white wine, but I don't know what kind. So you get like a bottle. You guys pick out a bottle of each kind, like a Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio,
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauv Blanc, you know.
I've been to Napa, right?
You've been to wine country. Okay, anyway.
Wait, hold on. This is really going to bug me. Are
What?
you team pancakes or team waffles?
I don't know. I don't really have either of them ever. I think if I went to a diner, I would want a chocolate chip pancake. But I feel like overall, pancakes get kind of soggy, and I absolutely despise when they're doughy.
That's fair.
And so I think I like the like crunchiness of a waffle. It depends on my mood. What are you?
I'm definitely team pancake.
Okay.
They're just so much more versatile, and you don't need a special equipment to make a pancake.
True.
You have to have a whole waffle iron to make a waffle.
Right. But I guess I've always had a waffle iron accessible to me.
Do you have a waffle iron?
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Well, my
yeah,
sister
Miss Team
asked
Waffle.
I don't know. It depends. I haven't really made a decision on that. But, you know, there's like things like that I think would be fun with a group to make a big deal out of. So,
Can I take it a step further?
yeah.
You could do like a brunch pancakes versus waffles,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could do it on a Sunday, and then you could watch like a noon Sunday football game, like all together.
Yeah.
So
like
then
you can combine activities.
Oh, of course. Boom. You've got
Yeah.
a whole day.
Yeah, exactly. So, so make your own bar crawl. So, like, come up with bars, and then in the city.
Wait, so you like go to bars or you
Yeah.
make drinks?
No. Okay, both options. So,
Okay.
first of all, create your own bar crawl, like, roster. So you think of...
Oh, like maybe a theme like
Oh.
pubs. You could do like a pub bar crawl.
Yeah,
where you do,
in
like, pubs.
we're in the Twin Cities. So, like, if you were like, okay, let's make a bar crawl of 5 bars in St.
Stillwater.
Paul or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you do that with all of your friends, and, like, you could make fun t-shirts or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But also you could do where each person makes like a different drink, or you could do the same thing with mocktails. It doesn't have to be alcohol. I like, things keep making me think of other things on my list, but I have to calm down and stay at one thing at a time. With that also, I thought you could try to like find the best margarita in town. So you could make a list of like all these places that have margarita deals or like whatever. Try a new one every week or something, and then rank them on certain levels. So you're not just like, oh, maybe it tasted better than last time. You could be like strength and tartness,
Presentation.
sweetness. Yeah.
It's like 4 weddings, but for margaritas.
Yes, 4 margaritas.
Overall score.
Yeah.
4 margaritas. You could
Give
do
me
4
one more.
4 margaritas. You could do 4.
Like you could try
do
and find
4 Bloody Marys if
Yeah.
you like Bloody Marys. Mm-hmm. You could do 4.
Yeah. And if you
Other
don't
drinks.
drink, like you can do it with
You can do it with
mocktails.
food, too.
Yeah. Food too. Like you could be like, who has the best waffle fry? Who has the best fries in town? You could rank different types of potato. So like waffle fry, tots, but like seriously, the whole point of this category is like turning a trivial thing into a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's fun. People get really into it.
I love turning small things into big deals.
Yes. Some people call it dramatic.
No,
I call it interesting.
Embellishment.
Yeah. Use your vocabulary.
We're romanticizing our life, embellishing it. Those are so, you got my brain thinking. And this is specific to, like, certain states or certain foods, but I feel like there's always this, like, age-old debate of, like, two restaurants or two foods that are, like, specific to a region, like, who does it best? So, like, in New York, like, who has the best pizza?
Yeah.
Or in, like, Kansas City, like, who has the best barbecue?
Yeah.
Who has the best Juicy Lucy?
Yeah.
Who has the best, like, shrimp po' boy or, like, clam chowder? I'm trying to think.
Came out of left field. What the shrimp po' boy?
They came out of East Coast.
Oh. I haven't been to the East Coast, so I don't know.
I was just trying to think, like, regionally.
Yeah.
And that could be if you're traveling, too.
And that can become, like, your new spot.
Yeah, you could find a new
Yeah.
A new hangout.
And then, okay, did you ever see the movie Sleepover?
No.
Okay, well, in it, they do this big scavenger hunt where they have to do things around town, like get into this club and have a man from a dating website buy you this drink, and then they had to, like, steal their classmates' boxers. I don't know. It was all these things, and I can't even think of ideas for things on the scavenger hunt, but you could just do, like, make a little event out of it. Like, be like, okay, you have to... Okay, now I'm blanking.
Well, this is a callback to my dad. So my dad and I still am a very big Amazing Race fan. Mm-hmm. And for my birthday,
yes, it's like
yes, he would, like, create an Amazing Race for us.
I know, I went to one of them.
It was so fun, but you have to have, like, a master, like, game master kind of like create it, but so fun.
I love that.
And you could totally, like, come up with something.
Yeah,
he got clever though towards the end because he would just make us run a bunch of errands. He'd be like,
Genius.
Go to this bakery and get your favorite cupcake. And he's like, boom.
Yeah, don't have to get the cupcakes before. Yeah,
birthday cake, done.
So, kind of genius.
Honestly, kind of genius. I see it. I see through those schemes, though.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. Another thing that I have that I'm looking at my list now that came up that's also free, which is also a callback, like a throwback one. If you still have a Wii or have access to, like, a Wii or a Nintendo Switch, playing Just Dance.
Oh my God, or we used to play so much Just Dance.
Super Mario Brothers or Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like, any of those, like, old games that you used to play.
They're still so fun. You just have to whip it out again.
Hold up.
Yeah.
I'm not as good at Mario Kart as I used to be, but
yeah,
it still holds up.
Yeah.
So fun.
That kind of brings me to my next one, which is game night. But I think you should choose the games ahead of time.
So
kind
true.
of same with, like, oh, we want to watch a movie. Choose the movie ahead of time. Because then you're looking forward to something in particular. Like, and plus, we've all done it. But you sit there for, like, a half hour trying to pick a movie before you're like, I'm too tired to watch a movie now.
Or you have to commit to a movie that you don't really like.
Yeah, and then you just pick one and then it's crap. So it's like, choose something in particular that you can get excited about, and then you're excited for that particular thing. So same with game nights. And there's so many, we were looking at some tonight, so many good of those, like, card games. Like, you know, there's tried and true Cards Against Humanity. That one's kind of boring to me now. But there's, like, card games where you can learn more about each other. Like the, what was it? It was like the...
Oh, We Aren't Really Strangers?
Yeah, or the one where, like, different generations...
Oh, Mind the Gap.
Mind the Gap,
yep.
Or What Do You Meme? Or, you know what's really fun? Bananagrams.
Yo, don't sleep on Bananagrams.
No, don't sleep on Bananagrams.
Or Scrabble.
Yeah, true.
Where do you think I got my vocabulary?
It's so easy to forget about this. Or, like, basic card games.
Yes, I have just, like,
learn a new card game. Yeah, and because we were going to go to a brewery and play cards because we were like, the only thing I can think of is to go to a brewery. And I love doing that, but make it more fun. So you're not just going to a brewery, but maybe you're going there and learning a new card game. Or there's some around us that have, like, pickleball courts or...
you read my mind.
What else do they have? Or, like...
There's a lot of bars and breweries and, like, restaurants that have games that you can, like, just play there.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, don't forget about games.
Or Uno.
Yeah. Uno, I love, and I play a lot when I'm traveling because you don't need to be able to speak the same language to play it.
No habla inglés.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
know.
Yeah. Don't forget, about games. Like, learn new card games. Play cribbage. Play
poker. You could have like a whole poker night, and you could like bring out the poker chips and stuff.
Do you know how to play poker?
Yeah.
When did you learn?
My dad taught me how to play poker. And then
I do not have a poker face.
Well, I never said I was good at poker.
Or things like catchphrase. People forget about catchphrase, and it's so fun.
I will never forget about I played yesterday with my family. It's so...
That's such a family holiday game.
It's so fun.
It is.
I love catchphrase. And then you get on like a team, and then you pick out, who you're like, I don't want to be on a team with them.
No, catchphrase, and you just like,
so fun. You're simpatico with your partner. You know what's up.
So that's what I would say is like, I love when people bring out the card games. Like, I love all of that stuff. Sometimes people think it's lame. Whatever. You're not too cool for anything. Bring out the games. Bring out the Wii. Bring out, like...
Rock
That's
Band?
what those things are meant for. Okay, Rock Band gets a little too intense.
Not us, like, singing Metallica or Screamo or something.
I was playing drums so hard I was sweating. And you know what's so funny is when we were younger, me and my brother would play Rock Band, just the two of us. And I would sing Taylor Swift Love Story and make him play the drums.
Wait.
I know, my little brother's such an angel. He put up with so much.
You're a Swiftie.
On that note, do we want to go into, like, group activities?
Oh, I have one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing. This is an Alexa Clara favorite.
Okay.
Learn and do a TikTok dance.
Yes, that was on my list too. You know what? You don't have to post it anywhere.
No, you don't.
We have had so much fun, so many giggles doing that. Like when we were on the beach in South Carolina, we were like, why not? Which sounds a little bit annoying, actually, if I think about it. If I saw girls doing that at the beach. But
there were far weirder things going on.
I know. Yeah, I know. But we had so much fun doing it. And like, that's just what it's about. Like, I have videos of us dancing in a room, and it's like, especially because at that time I was coming out of such a hard time that I was like so low. It's like that's girlhood.
You just gotta dance it out.
Like, even you don't have to post them. You have to be doing some type of like thirst trap where you're trying to be funny. You can post them. Why not?
Please, me
or trying to be sexy. I mean, but it's just fun. Like,
it's just plain old fun.
Yeah. Or, like, it doesn't have to be on TikTok. Like, we used to love Just Dance, so that's why it's so fun.
Yeah. You're so right.
And it's also, like, you try to get it right, and then you look and you think you've got it. And then, like, what was it? When people were trying to skip backwards, we tried that, and it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, that's so funny.
Like,
or when I look at Alexa and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. She's like a professionally trained dancer.
I have no excuse to be as bad at those things.
I'm just Joe Schmo over here. But no, those dances are so fun. Speaking of which, I have another dance that we should do.
So we're going to do that later?
Yeah.
After we have our wine?
Perfect.
And all of these things that we're putting here too, like games, dances, whatever, you can also jazz those up with a little bit of alcohol, or if it's legal in your state, weed. Yeah. You can.
Whatever
Or you can do it sober, or, I don't know, caffeine gets me a little hyped up these days. I'm old now.
She drinks half of a Celsius.
I rip a Celsius and I'm ready to go. I'm bouncing off the freaking walls.
I can do anything. Yeah. I can run through a brick wall with the Celsius.
Yeah, I can kick a door down. Listen to some Mariah Carey. Or no, who is it? Shania
Twain. Man.
Woo! I love that song.
Nothing like
Shania Twain.
Celsius. We sound old.
We do. Speaking of Shania Twain, concerts and other events. So, like, things that I like to do is look at Facebook. On Facebook, I look at events near me. Or there's different apps. So there's one that I used to follow called Bands in Town. And it'll send you emails about different bands that are coming to your area soon. And so I was thinking, we have a pretty famous music venue near us, First Ave. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple other ones that are kind of more like amateur music venues. And like your brother plays gigs. Yeah. And I thought, why don't we just go just go to one of those on a random night?
You can just go to, can I actually tell you something that I learned about a specific concert venue? Mm-hmm. You can actually, I don't know if this is like something that happens at other venues around the country, but at this specific venue, you can go and tell them that it's your birthday, and they will give you a free ticket and a +1 ticket to whatever show is playing that day.
Fun.
I know.
And you could do it like kind of roulette where you just show up and you don't know what genre it's going to be. Or you could check out a genre like you've totally never listened to before, or be like, oh, I really like this type of music. I never heard of these people. But think about, because like, especially in a creative field, when I'm little, like if one person reads my writing, I'm like, oh my God. So think about how special it feels to these people that someone showed up to their show. Yeah. Now on the flip side, we just have these big old hearts. And if we were miserable, I would have a very hard time leaving.
I know. I was thinking bad. I don't know that I would leave.
I don't know. Do you remember when we saw that play in high school and it was so bad that we left?
Oh, okay, wait. That's because it was The Crucible. It was so bad. No offense to anybody. It wasn't the acting. It's just... It's just that the story to a 16-year-old...
Everything was
Crucible
great.
is boring. Everything is boring.
Anyway, we did leave our time through that.
Wait, what even is The Crucible about? Is that the Salem witch trials?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, low-key, very interesting times.
Was it? Because we left The Crucible halfway through, so I don't know how interesting.
But like the history of it and like going to Salem, if you ever get to go to Salem, it's very cool.
Did you go?
Yeah, I've been to Salem before. It's kind of spooky. There's just like a
eerie,
witchy vibe in the air. But
why? We're getting off topic.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, going to see a play. We did leave early for that.
Speaking of, another thing you can do, go to see a play. Like, it's really fun, actually. Like, a play or musical. Like, we have the children's theater. We have a couple old-timey theaters. And for my mom's birthday a few weeks ago, we went to this dance show. And it was so much fun. Like, it's I forget to look into those things. But, like, think about that and look and see if there's anything coming to you soon. And check those things out. Because I also feel like sometimes people be like, oh, I'm going to go see blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, shit, I would have gone to that concert. I didn't know they were coming. Because I'm just not up to date with these things.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this is a little bit more of, like, an elevated level of this. But, like, I do really appreciate plays. Like, when I was in New York this last summer, my dad and I saw Aladdin. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I mean, Broadway is a completely different, like, level of things. You can go to the children's theater, and you could even go to, like, a local high school and, like, support their theater program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Do that.
And, like, around the holidays, I know that there's a lot of, like, different shows and, like...
Yeah, and there's, like,
Before Christmas
live podcast shows and, book readings or author events, like,
or
different things like that.
Tour.
Yeah. Someday I hope to be on one of those.
Yeah, I could be your tour manager.
You want to do that? I wouldn't want to do that. I got to hire someone to do it.
I don't really know what that entails. I don't know.
You can be my friend that comes along. You don't have to have responsibilities.
Can I be in the front row?
You can be on the stage. Okay, we're getting a little bit out of topic here. But, yeah, so little things that you not necessarily think of.
They end up being really fun.
Sometimes it could be expensive, but it might not be. And at the end of the day, it would be worth it, because if you think about what you do anyway, like what if you go out to eat or you go for drinks with your friend, like you're going to be spending a decent amount of money anyway, especially now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, maybe we do a free thing one time, and then the next time you go to the show or concert, and then it's like equal to if you would have gone out both those times.
Yeah, that's really true.
So it's so easy to kind of get scared away by some things off the bat, especially because I feel like we're both kind of always in the mode of like, I'd rather not spend money.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of learning like it can be really worth it. Mm-hmm. And you're like using your dollars for good things that are supporting people and their livelihood and their creativity.
That's so true. Don't spend it on Amazon. Go see a play. Go support a local
really? Where's your
musician.
sweatshirt from? Where's your Apple Watch band from? No, I'm kidding. I'm
Costco.
kidding. Yeah. Okay.
Costco.
No, I'm sorry. I'm totally kidding. I use Amazon a lot. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, you're totally right. You're going to spend the money anyways. Mm-hmm. You might as well spend it, like, investing. Consider it an investment. Mm-hmm. In a relationship, in yourself. You're broadening your horizon. Also, there's a lot of free stuff, too. Or there could be coupons, like, on Groupon or something. And like you said, through the library, there's, like, free stuff where you could, like...
Yeah,
win
through the like
contests
there's things
even.
There are so many things at my library that I didn't even realize. Like, it's not just for books. It depends on your library and what they can offer, but people can check out tech equipment. Like, I remember when we found out at my school library in college that you could check out a projector. And we were like, we should have an outdoor movie night and just hang up a big white sheet on the back of our garage.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, isn't it?
Wow.
It wasn't my idea. That's why I can say that. It was my roommate's at the time idea. Yeah, so you just never know those. Like, there's so many resources available, and we leave them untapped.
And listen, like, another thing about the library, they have, like, audiobooks now, and they have apps too. Not all libraries, but, like, some counties have, like, ebooks that you can get on, like, your phone.
That's how I get mine, yeah. I get them sent straight to my Kindle from the library.
Yeah.
Super nice.
So check out the library.
But buy books, too. Yeah. As a future author, buy books, too.
Pre-order books. They're good for new authors, even if they're in hardcover. Because pre-ordering the book sets you up for success. Because then you know how many books to order, too. So support your local authors. Buy books. Read books.
Be books.
Join a book club. Start a book club.
Yeah, that's another good one.
I love book clubs. And, like, the thing about book clubs is it's not only, like, you have, like, specific books to read, yes, but it also just opens you up to more books. Like, I'm so much more motivated to read ever since I started, since we started the book club.
Kind of keeps you accountable for finishing them, too, and, like, being on a certain pace.
If you link up with people on Goodreads, then you also, like, you know, see that
what they rated it or what else they read.
And that can give you ideas for, like, when it's your turn to pick.
Because some of these book clubbers, they are overachievers and they read more than one book in a month.
You're looking at one right here.
When I look on Book Talk and things, people are like, these are the books I read this week. This week! This week! I read 3 pages before bed. And then I fall asleep. And then I wake up 15 minutes later like, huh? Huh?
And then you have to read the same 3 pages, over and over and over again.
I should probably just not wait until I'm exhausted to start reading. Like, I could get in bed earlier.
Get off TikTok.
This is a direct attack.
When there's one finger pointing at you, there's 4 pointing back at yourself. I said that wrong. All that to say, I also am guilty of being on... Also guilty of being on TikTok instead of reading. There's another thing, too, that I was going to say about,
I have so many written down, but I feel like we've been talking forever.
I know. That's one thing that we are really good at is talking forever.
It's going to be like a 2-hour episode.
The other thing, too, is going to see movies. You know, movies are kind of back in movie theaters and, like, in production after a number of, like, years and months of various factors. But, like, seeing a movie in the theater is so fun. I love doing that.
I love it too. I forgot that I love doing it. Yeah. It's so fun.
Me too.
And you know, a lot of theaters will still do like $5 Tuesday. Maybe it's $7 Tuesday now or something like that. But.
Well, and if go to your local theaters too, where they usually have cheaper tickets, because like the AMC theaters, it's like $25 a pop. But if you
seriously,
oh yeah, depending on the movie. Or, like, maybe, like, $19 or, like, $20.
Yeah, but, you know, tax.
But if you go to, like, your neighborhood, like, Joe Schmo movie theater, they're not charging you $19. And then you support a local business, too.
Yeah, exactly.
We love local businesses.
Yeah. And, like, with that, you know, I think I'm just going to list some of the, like, some basic things. We've got to rattle some things off. An escape room.
Yep.
Karaoke, trivia. People can go to Topgolf. Hike.
People could do that.
I don't. What do you have left on your list?
I really don't have much left on my list. Let me see. You mentioned rock climbing earlier. You can also go bouldering, which is like rock climbing, but it's like shorter walls. So you don't have to like belay yourself and like have harnesses. But there's different like bouldering places that you can go to, which is pretty fun as well. In a related note to like exercise, going swimming. So like if you live by like a lake or a beach or something, like go to the beach, go to the lake, go swimming. If you live somewhere cold in the wintertime, like...
Some people, their gyms... My gym does not have a pool, but some people's do.
Mine does. So, like,
I don't know if it's for, like, fun time swimming.
No,
like,
no, but
when we swim, we just giggle up a storm.
No, but I'm saying, like, you could go lap swimming as, like, a form of a workout, too, with a friend. And then that eliminates the like awkwardness of having to share a lane with somebody that you don't know. Like I used to be a competitive swimmer.
Really?
Yeah. This was before I knew you.
I have been friends with you for a decade and I had never knew that.
Really? Well, this was before we knew each other.
I figured it would have come up. At some point. We've swam together.
I know. Well, I used to like be on a swim team.
What's
and
your favorite stroke?
Breaststroke.
Okay.
My least favorite stroke?
Butterfly?
Backstroke. Oh, no. I just don't like not being able to see what's in front of me. Mm-hmm. So I hated backstroke. But no, I loved breaststroke and like freestyle. Those are kind of my things. But I do like swimming for a workout, but sometimes it can be kind of weird if you have to share a lane with somebody. And then they're sometimes faster than you, and you're like...
I don't like that.
Please, I'm just trying to get a workout in. So if you have a friend or somebody that swims with you that you want to like go swimming with,
I
you
love
could totally
swimming
do that.
so much.
It's so fun, and it's a really good workout.
Okay, this, in a roundabout way, brings me to my next one, which is like being a tourist in your own home state. Oh. Because I feel like people are like, oh, what are the best things to do in Minnesota? And I think, oh, actually, there's like a lot of things, but I haven't done them.
Like what? What haven't you done that you want to do?
Like, I haven't been to some of the major cities.
Oh.
Or like I haven't gone up to the Boundary Waters or like gone.
Oh, sure.
I don't know what I don't know.
Sometimes, though, I will say, going back to the library or like renting places, like some of those things are kind of hard to access if you've never been like in outdoor spaces. Like if you've never been, like camping would be another fun thing to do with friends for the weekend. But like what if nobody has a tent? You don't want to go buy a tent because they're kind of expensive. But there are places in like stores like REI. You can rent.
That's cool.
Tents and stuff and like camping equipment.
That is so cool. See, like you don't know about that stuff.
You don't know until you know.
So just look it up and find somewhere or you know, someone's like someone's parent or whatever might have one you can borrow. But that was another thing I had on here was camping. But like renting a Airbnb or something kind of not that far away from you, but just for the sake of it, or getting a hotel room, which is kind of expensive.
But so fun. And
you can go swimming or you can like go to a different city. Like for us, you could go somewhere like 3 hours up north and then you can just kind of check it out there, or like go somewhere in a neighboring state if you live near the border, which we do. Kind of being a tourist in your own home state is really cool. And just
pretend that somebody has never been to where you live before. What would you want to show them?
Good idea. Good way to put it.
And then do it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the times we just get like really busy in our lives and everything. That we kind of forget to like do the stuff that people come to travel for. And you just kind of forget about the fact that people come and visit, no matter where you live. Like, people come and visit where you are, so you should, like, go celebrate that. Go do something.
I mean, it can be expensive. It's like, okay, we're going to do that here. But sometimes, if it's the off-season, like, it'll be cheaper. Or if you get a big group to go, it's just fun. It's just doing something different. Like, why not?
You're going to spend the money anyways.
True. Yeah, so that was another thing. And then with that, you could also plan a trip if that's in your means. Some people that is like in the forefront of their friend group's minds, but for me, like I plan all my trips solo. Never thought to invite somebody.
But like we've traveled together before.
Yeah, true. And it was so fun when we did that. When we were like,
fun.
Should we just
do it?
But yeah, okay. I still have some. I could put them in a blog post, or I could just
rattle them off real quick.
Because do you have any left?
I'll shut up.
Okay. So, a few ideas are like clothing swap or going to a thrift store and making a game out of it. So, like picking out an outfit for someone else, whether that's like genuinely what you think they would wear, or it's like
hideous.
They would never ever want to wear this, and I'm going to make them, and then we're going to go out to dinner, go something, go bowling, like make a theme or something.
Be cruel.
That could be so fun with a group too.
That'd be so funny.
And then another thing that, like, because me and my dad are going to do this tomorrow, is we're going to build a Lego set.
Wait, I
freaking love Legos.
I did that with my brother. We made, like, a whole Beatles, like, all of them have, like, a portrait of Legos, and it was, like, a limited edition. So fun.
So fun. A couple other things that we have done is like you can go do a picnic, go to a dog park, go to the farmer's market. You could go volunteer together. We haven't done that.
You could volunteer at the Humane Society and like walk dogs.
You could.
Oh my God, I would go home with like 400
That's
dogs.
the problem.
I seriously would go home with like 5 new dogs.
Yeah. Or something that could be fun too is like just do like a fun inspired photo shoot. Like if you have like because I have creative ideas for things.
Is this a callback to 7th grade?
No, but they'll be good. Because I have like a decent camera and it's not like so we can post something on Instagram. I mean, I could post it, but it's more so the creative aspect for it because like I want to shoot some stuff for my website.
What do you mean? Do you not like that one mirror pic that we took that was so artistic?
That was artistic. That was art. And if the people are lucky enough, I'll share it. It was that we were ahead of our time, Clara.
So let me give you an idea of this. I'm sitting in a chair. You can
vanity.
see vanity. You can see the back of my head. But in the reflection in the mirror is Alexa's face.
Yep. Seamless.
Yeah, it is pretty seamless.
Yep.
Probably was on like an iPod.
I do not know where that picture is.
iPod Touch. I think I have it.
Is it on your Instagram still?
No. It is on my camera roll.
Okay. Thank God. It still exists.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple other things, like something we were talking about earlier is this is seasonal dependent, but like lean into those seasonal things. You know, for us, we get all 4 seasons. So in the fall, you go do the fall activities like pumpkin patch, apple orchard, whatever. And then in the winter, we were just talking about going snow tubing because, okay, I feel a very particular way about snowboarding.
Why is that?
I retired at the same time as Shaun White, and like
for different reasons.
Yeah. But him
One
and I,
of you
he
was
gets it.
an Olympian.
Like we left it all on the slopes, and that's all we can really do. And I have nothing left to give to that sport. I've tried it. I've done my all. I went through surgery. I snapped my wrist.
You were doing something cool too, weren't you?
Well,
a flip, a box.
Yeah, I was going down the bunny hill. I was trying to learn how to stop.
That'll stop you right in your tracks. Breaking your wrist.
Yeah, nothing stops you like breaking your wrist and seeing stars and saying, I think I'm going to throw up when a 6-year-old zooms past you. Embarrassing. But the lucky thing is that we weren't too far from the chalet. I'm pretty sure we just unstrapped my snowboard and sent it down the rest of the hill.
Did it go very far as the bunny hill?
Yeah.
Bunny hills are no joke.
For a beginner,
yeah, that
it's
magic
a
carpet is
mountain.
kind of scary. I feel like I'm still a beginner and I've been doing it for a long time.
I'll never make it past that stage, and I've rested my peace with that.
There's other activities like snow tubing or snowshoeing.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do I have here? Watching an episode of a podcast you both like together.
Watching or listening, yeah.
Okay, so some other ones that people have probably seen before is like PowerPoint night. People do different PowerPoints.
Have you ever actually done that?
No, but I want to.
I want to as well.
And then one that our roommate did was her and her family went to Parade of Homes. Like they just like to go to those like nice homes showings.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's so fun.
That's actually a really fun
One thing about
idea.
me is I'm kind of nosy and I like to see other people's homes. My mom's a realtor. I love going to her open houses.
Yeah. And then
That's
you
fun.
also can get like decorating ideas too.
Yeah, because if you're in the stage of life where you have a home or own a home, then that
not
could
quite
be
in that
applicable.
stage.
I can't relate.
Someday.
But,
maybe if I bought a house in 2008, that bad.
Once again, side quest. Trying to close this out.
We're out of here.
We are out of here. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, bestie.
Thanks for having me. This was literally so fun. I feel like I could do this all day.
Thanks for tuning in. If you feel so inclined, leave a review, subscribe, like.
Smash that subscribe button.
Okay. Smash it, lightly tap it, whatever you want to do, as long as you hit it, girl. Kick a door down.
Man, I feel like subscribing.
Ooh.